Well, look who's back. So I was able to recoup the losses. It's about noontime right now. I am not gonna overstay my welcome. In fact, I shut everything down. So I am no charts. I don't wanna look at anything for the rest of the day. But I am pleased with my recovery. So I have recouped 18,000. I lost 15, so 15, and then add 18, I'm up about 3,000 on the day, maybe 2,500, something like that. And that preserves my hot streak. I mean, it's not the hottest day, but it preserves my consecutive green streak. So it's my 14th consecutive green day today. So I'm grateful for that. And I will say that my recovery today was calm, cool, and collected. I wasn't swinging for home runs. I wasn't trying to hit a Hail Mary, whatever, grand slam. I was very cautious on my first couple trades in my retirement account, my IRA account, because I knew that if I went red in that account, I would just be doubly annoyed, and I would be like, man, this is why you shouldn't do this. So my first couple trades, I went slow, but I actually never went red in the IRA. I started slow and just started progressively building up a little bit more from 900, then up to 3,000, then up to like 5, then I think back down to 4, then up to 7, then up to 9, then up to 10, then up to about 16, then down to 13. So when I went to 16, I was green on the day. When I went to 13, I was back to red on the day between the two accounts. And then back to up 18, and that's when I said, all right, hands off, hands off. And in fact, I left some money on the table because UONE is the one that I traded on that ramp up. And I'm just looking at a blank screen. Oh, I have my scanners there. I'll just close those down also, I guess. But UONE looks like, I see 23.62 was the last time it hit the Momo scanner. And I was trading it between around 18.50 to the squeeze up to 21. So I left some money on the table on it. But I don't feel as bad leaving money on the table knowing that I got back to green. I get frustrated leaving money on the table when I lose on the stock. If I lose money on it and then I see it go without me, then I'm frustrated. But if I make money on it and then I just, cashed out a little too soon and it goes higher, it's kind of like, well, hey, you never know how high they're gonna go. At least I got green, so, whatever. So that's my attitude on it right now. And what I don't wanna do is jump back in right now, have it drop, and go from being green on the day back to red. I already did that once. I don't want to do that a second time. I just don't want to do it. Because then I'm going to feel like, okay, I got to keep trading to see if I can get back to green. And then I'm going to be longer and longer and longer into the day. It's Friday. It's not a great day for me, but at least I had a nice recovery. Recouping $18,000 is $18,000 would have been a great green day. But it is what it is. So I'm up about 3,000 on the day. So second recap, I hope you enjoy it. A little bit different. So I basically kind of started this second part of the day at like 10:15, or I don't even remember exactly when I hit my max loss, but between 10:15 and 10:30, I think. So trading a little later in the day this morning actually paid off pretty well. And it did yesterday as well. And maybe it would if I keep trading, but I just can't go back to red. So I just gotta shut it down here and live to trade another day. I kept the consecutive day hot streak alive, just barely. So I'm happy with that. 14 consecutive green days and about $310,000 in these last 14 days, averaging over 20,000 a day. That's phenomenal. I'm really, really pleased with that. That's a great hot streak. It will absolutely have to tide me over during the inevitable, slow period that comes, because there's always an ebb and the flow to the market. So that slow period might be 2 weeks from now, might be a month from now, might be the whole month of August, might be September. I don't know. There's no way to know. But I always try to think of the profits I'm making now as kind of like little acorns that I'm kind of putting away for those rainy days ahead. It's a good way to think of it. All right, so, and hey, as a reminder, beginner traders out there, you might be looking at this and thinking, wow, this guy's crushing it. I've been doing this for a really long time. As a beginner trader, in fact, trading in general, your odds of success are very low. Your odds of failure are extremely high. Therefore, you should expect as a beginner trader that you'll lose money. With that expectation in mind, do yourself the favor that I wish I had done by trading in a simulator. prove you have what it takes to be profitable before you put real money on the line. Because listen, if you can't make money in a simulator, you've got no business throwing real money at the market. So here's the cool thing. If you're a Warrior starter or a Warrior Pro student, we give you access as part of your membership, and there's a couple different levels and stuff like that. But we have a real-time simulator that you guys can use, real-time market data. And it's the same exact platform that people use with real money. In fact, I have traded on that platform with real money. I traded on it with real money to prove it was good enough for real money that you guys could use it for simulated money. So, and that's a problem with, just on a side note, with simulators in general, because sometimes they're not real-time market data, sometimes they don't have level 2, so they're not really a very good simulator. And then when you get into a real platform, you feel lost. And that's not good. So with this software, you can practice in it, and then you can literally log out and log back in with that platform with your broker, and it's all the same. So it's not perfect, but it's much better at simulating trading. It's not perfect because you can't simulate the emotional kind of reactions to gains and losses without real money on the line, but we do the best we can. So, and those of you guys who haven't checked out our website, jump over to warriortrading.com. You can go to day trading resources up at the top, the tools. We've got so much stuff on the website. If you just want to kind of poke around and learn a little bit more about trading, jump over there. All right, so with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this second recap, take 2, and I'll see you on Monday morning. All right, enjoy the weekend. All right, so this is going to be recap, take 2, the recovery. So when I did my last recap, I was down 15,000 and cautiously said I might switch to my IRA and see if I can try to recoup some of the losses. And I did. My first trade was on ORPH, which is the one that I lost 10,000 on. But my first trade on it was not bad. It was a $900 winner, and it was, I believe it was on this bounce right around here. I took a dip trade in this area here, and we got a retest to 14, and I made $900, and I thought, okay, not bad. Let's see if there's anything else in there. Got another trade on it on the break of VWAP right here. Made about 2,000 on that, so that put me up about 3,000 in this account. And then I got another trade right here that gave me another couple thousand. So I ended up making, $5,200 back on ORPH. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Archon, I did a bottom bounce on this one. It was halted going down right here, and as it resumed and started to show strength, I bought down here at 739. It squeezed up to a halt at 759. My target was 8. It broke through 8 on the resumption, and I took my profit. So I made about 3,900 on Archon. I lost $35 on Clove. One small trade on that, which was a bounce off the VWAP, which actually worked, but it just didn't work for me. And then UONE was the one that I just wrapped up on, and golly, look at this breakout right here. So that was my trade right there. And I had one trade on it in this area, which was a small winner. It was like $400. And it kind of consolidated. I was watching it, but I was sort of sitting here doing other things, just kind of looking to see. And then it started to pop up, and I thought, all right, here we go. Looks like it wants to make a move. And I got some nice trades through that area, with my last one being a dip trade at $20.14. It dipped down to a low of $19.75, and I did not sell because that's a double bottom. So I held through the pullback. I was red. It curls up. I added for the break of, I can't remember what it was, 25 or 35. And I was looking for the break through the highs. We did break through the high. We hit a high of 20.78. I took my profit as it broke through the $0.50 and held a small position, which I sold as it came back down at $20.17. And with that, back to green on the day. So I'm down, I'm up 18,000 in my tax-free account, which is great. I'm down 15,000 in the account that's taxable. So that 15,000, I was actually up, I think 15,000 in that account yesterday. So I guess between the 2 days I'm flat, but I don't, I like to trade in that account a little bit because of course I can spend the money. In my retirement account, I can't take the profit out, without a penalty and paying income tax until I'm at retirement age. So I like to trade a little bit in both accounts, but anyway, so today preserves my green streak. I'm at 181,000 on the month, being down 15 and then add 18, really only up about $3,000 on the day. It's really not a big green day. However, it is certainly better than a red day, and it preserves my green streak that began on May 21st. So I have now had 14 green days in a row if you include today. So that was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So today is my 14th consecutive green day, and in these last 14 days, I have built a gross profit of about $310,000 if you include the $3,000 from today. Average daily gain about $23,000. Profit loss ratio is decent. Winners are $1,900, just under $2,000. Losers are $1,631. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. I almost hit the hotkey there for the long at 21, and if I had, I'd be flipping out on the ask at 21.10, 21.15. That would have been a little bit of an extended entry, but this is great to see. And you know what? This, as always, goes to show that sometimes they'll go without you. I don't mind them going without me if I'm green on the day. I do mind them going without me when I'm red on the day because I feel like I need to try to recoup those losses. I think today I recouped losses calmly and with a lot of composure, and I am really happy for that. I did not Hail Mary pass on anything. I didn't go for like a home run or do anything crazy. I just kept having base hit after base hit after base hit. Base hits being between $3,000 and $4,000. I did have a couple, nicer trades on UONE because it made a bigger move, but I wasn't going reckless with share size or doing anything like that. So this was a sustainable, good day. The high here now of 2017 looks good. I hope that maybe you guys do get some more momentum on this, but having gone from red to green, and then for a moment going back to red, because if you recall, on those watching live, I had one trade in here. It was actually the first pullback that I did the dip and I stopped at 20 and I lost about $2,000, $3,000 on it. So I went from up 16,000 in this account to up 13,000, which meant I was green and then I was back to red. And then when I got back in and we got that squeeze up there, I went back to green. So I don't want to straddle that red to green anymore. I'd rather just say, you know what? You were down $15,000. You clawed your way back to a $2,500, $2,000 green day after commissions. You preserved your green streak. Let's throw in the towel before you do something stupid, because at a certain point, we're going to get too late in the day for me to recoup. Yes, it's only 11:45 right now, or 11:47. We still have possibly, 4 hours to the close. There's still a lot of time, but the further you get into the day, especially on a Friday, volume starts to taper off. So I'm grateful to be green. It's a second recap here, and this was the recovery, slow and steady. And that's the P&L from the last 14 days. Well, not including today, but so 74% accuracy. Can't complain about that. That's pretty good. And in fact, my accuracy has gotten better, I believe. Well, let's see. No, 77%. So my accuracy yesterday, I guess, wasn't as good. But in any case, on a nice little hot streak, trying to, roll with this momentum, kind of pack away as much of those profits as I can. I will say that June of last year was the best month of my entire career. Let's look at it. Gross profit, $1.3 million. $59,000 daily average. 80% accuracy. I was on fire. I mean, that was remarkable. It was unreal. I probably, if I never have a month like that again, it honestly wouldn't shock me. That month was the perfect storm. I was dialed in. The market was hot. I was trading aggressively. Everything was just perfect. So I don't expect to see that happen again, but we are sitting here this year, 2 weeks into the month, and I'm up at 180,000. So I'm off to a great start this month. I certainly have a chance at getting through 250, 300, maybe 400, 500, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I could have, as you saw from the P&L from last year. Oops, I gotta fix this. So from the P&L from last year, I had one day where I made $225,000, and then the second day I made 155, and the third day I made 225. So when you have 3 days back to back like that, because you have crazy hot momentum, well, crazy things can happen, and that's certainly what happened in January when we had the GameStop momentum. So, or was it January or February? No, that's 2020. I was going to say that doesn't look like this year. Here we go. All right, so January of this year, look at that, 217,478, and then 114. 55 was on Tuesday. So I mean, that week right there was like $800,000-$900,000. So you never know when a week like that could be coming. And certainly if you're trading in a smaller account and you're a beginner trader, you have to recognize that my results are not typical. My experience with trading is not typical. Most beginner traders lose money. That's the reality. So for me, a week where we have a bunch of stocks like maybe UONE and a few others that are just super, super strong, that could be a week where I throw down some really big trades and make some serious money. As a beginner trader, it would be unrealistic to ever think that you would return anything close to what I'm doing right now. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I take a lot of risk on some of my trades, for sure. A 10,000 share position on UONE is $200,000 in the trade. So a 10,000 share position on GameStop is $2.5 million. And I took $2.5 million trades on that earlier this year. There you go. There's some nice parabolic momentum. So I'll say that I'm feeling a little bit of FOMO. I do feel a little bit of FOMO here. I'm watching this thing rip. It's nice on the daily. And, at this point, it's like, it sure is tempting, but this is the reminder to be grateful, to be really grateful right now that I'm back to green on the day. And that tomorrow is a new day. Monday's a new day. We're coming into the lunch hour. This is, we've got a daily trigger around 23. That could be resistance as well. So we could be coming right into resistance right there. We switch back to the 5-minute chart, and let's see how it behaves around its resistance levels. These are daily resistance levels, and you can see how it respects them quite well. So I have to be very mindful not to give into FOMO at this stage of the game on a Friday. So be grateful for what I have. It's a green day. It preserves my hot streak, and I'm going to shut it down, walk away, and maybe UONE goes to $50. Maybe it goes back to 10, but whatever it's going to do it without me. Good luck if you keep trading. I'll be back at it on Monday morning. Enjoy the weekend, everyone.
I hope you really enjoyed that video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers this year, but we won't get there without your help. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button.